We asked and Vanquish delivered. This is the brand new H10 Optic Builder's Kit. This kit's going to give you everything that you need to build your own H10 from the ground up. Now you will need to source some additional components, wheels and tires, servo, motor, and supporting electronics, but nonetheless the Builder's Kit gives you a great option to get your H10 Optic at a significantly lower cost than the RTR and build it out exactly the way you want with the supporting electronics and whatnot. The H10 is available as an RTR, and I will link that video down below if you want to check that out. Another cool thing that Vanquish has done here is they've offered this in 6 different liveries, but you don't know which one you're going to get until you open the kit. Now I have not opened my kit yet. I'm super excited to see which one that we got. So in this video we're going to open it up, we're going to check out the kit. It'll probably be a multi-part series as I build it out, source the electronics, and then run it. So we're at least going to open it up and see which version that we got, which I'm pretty pumped to find out. So let's open it up and see. Right, let's take a look. So we've got some cool options here, 6 different ones to choose from. Let's open it up and see. Oh, it's green. What do we get? We got the green one. This is going to be tough to keep Axel away from. He loves green. This thing's going to look rad. This one right here. The green with the black decals on it. Very cool. Let's keep it going with the kit. So you get your manual here. We've got our stickers. We've got some spare parts. A few different bags here. At least at first glance, it's not as intimidating as I was expecting. Got our chassis pieces here. All right, that's it right there. Those are our components. So as you can see, it comes all in pieces and you build it yourself. I love doing builder's kits. These are a lot of fun. It really gives you a great connection to the build, I think. Let's open up the instruction manual here. I'm going to check out my new graphics as well. All right. Very nice, clear, detailed instructions on this super sharp, glossy manual here. Here's our decals. So we get green panels, and then we'll apply the stickers. We've also got some custom numbers here. We got the comp stance. I like it. This is going to be awesome. Diving right in, we're going to do bag A. That's what we're going to assemble here. So the first things we're going to do is we're going to build the ring and pinion. Start from the inside out. All right, for our lockers, we've got a 6-bolt locker here. Vanquish has supplied thread lock, so we're going to use this. For the thread lock, what I'm going to do is take an extra piece of plastic here. You could do cardboard or whatever. I'm just going to put my thread lock here. Just put a little puddle right there. And then I'm just going to dip my screws in it. We start moving into our housing now. Got my Cow RC Udder Butter. I love this stuff. Make sure these are good to go. All right, bearings and everything install here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So satisfying. Like that. Oh, this stuff fits together so nice. All right, check it out, guys. So we're moving right along. Got the housing pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna start moving into the steering ram in the front, servo mount. We got kind of our U-joint style steering ram. That's that steering ram right there. All right, servo. Vanquish provides you with the aluminum horn here. So you got a 25 tooth, 20 millimeter aluminum horn. I actually have a Vanquish servo I'm going to be using. It's one thing to note, you get the servo horn, but you don't get the servo hardware. So that is something you're going to have to source yourself. So I think I got something that will work here. All right, there we go. Check it out. There's our steering ram installed in the front. We got our servo behind axle all installed. Next, we're just going to build out the knuckles, and the front axle housing will be done. Next, we're going to put all of this together on the axle. Let's make some hardware here. Oh, it's so nice. It pops in there perfect. We got our little clamps and go right there. Gosh, this kit goes together so nice already. I'm only one bag in, but the way this stuff clicks together, so sharp. And one of our final steps here, we're going to assemble our steering linkage. So we got two short plastic rods here. Going to go on either side of our steering rams. Different pivot hardware on this, so make sure you put kind of the fat little round balls on the inside. The ones with the wider flange are going to go on the outside. You do have to build your primary steering link that's going to go out to your servo horn. That's all done. There we are. Look at that. So with the front axle done, I'm moving on to bag B. I think I'm going to do both axles and then I'll stop for tonight. But confidence is going pretty well, so I'm going to do the rear here. It's a very similar approach to the internals. We got our 6-bolt locker here. My grease. I really like these axle setups here. This third member setup is sharp. This whole axle, H10 axles are super nice. All right. I just love doing rear axles after doing the fronts. So much easier. So much more rewarding. It's like you get done with the front and get into the rear. It's super slick. All right, so there's our axle shafts all installed. Got our little oil filler cap here. We get an actual installer to do this. Oh, it's so much easier. Oh, look at that. Awesome. All right, guys, day 2 of the Optic build. Sunday morning here. We're going to dig into this again, make a big push. I'd like to get this done because it's a beautiful day and I'd love to be able to run it. Got my coffee here, my Cape Crawlers mug. Let's dig into this. Starting the day off, we're getting into the drive line here. So we can do the transmission. That's what we're going to do this morning. Mark Twain said, if you have to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. So we're going to kick this morning off with probably the hardest part of this build, which is assembling the transmission. So let's eat the frog, get it done. I'm going to dig out a motor. I'm going to have to source my motor. I got something special for this, so let's do it. I'm going to start with this big motor plate first. All right, so now we're getting into the motor mounting here. So I got this motor and ESC set up that I'm going to try with this rig. I'm going to do more content on this in the future, but this is a Secure, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. I got a brushless outrunner motor here. This is what I'm going to use for this rig. I gotta check that thing out. That looks pretty rad. This is a 3625 1800 kV. It's going to be nice and compact. I'm excited to try this out. So this is what we're going to do for motor. So I'm going to very lightly put this on so I can get my mesh situated. So I might be able to move that around. Perfect. That fit right there. Nice. Okay. For my mesh, I'm going to take a piece of paper and try to get this situated correctly here. Always get my mesh too tight. This is just a chronic problem that I run into. But we'll see if I can get it right this time. So again, I'm just going to tighten these just a little bit so that I can have some movement here so I can adjust. All right. Now I'm going to do is take my piece of paper and to get it where I think I want it to be. I'm going to run this paper through here, and hopefully what we want is crinkles but no rips. So that looks pretty good for a first shot. I've got strong indentation. I didn't break through, but it broke through a little bit there. I think that's pretty good for a first pass. We'll see if I need to adjust it or not, but it looks pretty good. Right, look at that. Hey, look at that. Looking good. Lots of room in there where a normal can would go. This thing is short and stubby, this outrunner in there. Look at the gears. These things are so heavy duty. Crazy. And this smaller 23 tooth gear is going to go up top. This is where I get super nervous. I'm always so paranoid I'm going to get the wrong gear size. Looks like everything's moving. There we go. Everything is so precision fit. It's like zero tolerance. Hyper focused here, just make sure I got the gears, correct gears in the right place. Another one of these plates here. It's going to go over the top and fill this with our bearings. All right, that middle one again. Wow. There we go. Oh, that is slick. So nice. Our last bearing goes right on the outside of our case. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and smooth. Whoa. I'm proud of that. All right, next we're going to start bolting this thing up to the chassis skid here. You notice that we did not attach the transmission cover because we're going to do this in this kind of final step here. So make sure we put our little Vanquish motor plate cover on here. Right there to cover up that exposed gear. So we put these kind of skids on here. Look at that, guys. We are cooking. Got the electronics trays and things going to go on here. Oh yeah, right there. So you got lots of different cutouts here if you wanted to run the VFD twin transmission with the selectable overdrive and all that good stuff. You can put your accessory servos here. So you just cut this tray out. Lots of mounting positions. Okay guys, I think that's it for bag C right there. Pretty much fully functional transmission, ready to drop into the chassis when it's good to go. Proud of that. That was a good first step for the day. Okay, moving on. Now we're into bag D. We're going to assemble our shocks. These are tedious. If you've ever built shocks from scratch, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to assemble one of these on camera, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera, just so you guys can see how we do one. I'm going to take our shock body here first. So our shock shaft is where we get into the C-clips. So one clip, we put these little plastic pieces on, and then another C-clip. These are like our little plungers here. They're going to go inside the shock. Many hours later, not really, here we go. Did take a few tries. My big gorilla hands to try to get these things on there, but there's a little plunger. Let's go down through. That's our cap. This is for the spring seat right here. It's our preload adjustment. And then the pivot hardware is going to go on the bottom. It's our cap. Should we put our little O-ring on the cap here before we put it on? So it's going to get messy here. All right, we take our supplied oil. I think this is, I don't know what weight this is. It doesn't say. I'm assuming 35 weight is typically what I run in these. I'm going to get a little bit of oil in there at first just to lubricate everything. And I'm going to start filling it. I fill it to about probably 2 or 3 millimeters away from the very top. And then again, try to squeeze out the air bubbles here. If I had more time, I would kind of set this aside and let the air bubbles kind of come out. But I'm in time crunch here, so these may not be exactly perfect, but we'll get it there. So this might be a little overly full for this compressed. I'm going to put our cap on here. So I'm going to do this. So catch the spillage. Careful not to over tighten this. You don't want to damage your O-ring. You've got little bleeder screws here with a little washer. Tiny, tiny stuff here. Looks like these are all the same spring rate, so we don't have to worry about front and rear different rates. So just put that on there. Got our seat right there. Look at that. That feels a little stiff. We'll see when we get this out rolling. But nice smooth action on this. These are nice shocks. All right, guys, check it out. We got 4 complete incision shocks here, ready to go. One thing that I did mess up on earlier was where to put the pivot hardware. So the ones with the extension here go on the bottom, and then your flush ones go on at the top. But we got all 4 situated now. Action feels really good. I got no leakage. So we're on to the next step. Next up, we're going to build our drive shafts. Get into bag E. All right, let's see. So we have, I like to lay these out, kind of mock them up first. These are actually surprisingly easy to assemble. They look a little daunting, but they're actually not. And we've got spacers here to adjust the gap if we need to. So you're going to go on the drive shaft right here. We'll just put one on for now. All right, there we go. Look at that. There's the rear. Perfect. All right, my friends, we're caffeinated, motivated, moving right on. Bag F, switching gears to C4. I'm running out of daylight. Could make the big push here to get this done. Bag F is all linkage. I built these off camera while I was having lunch. So now we'll get to the end here. We'll put the pivot hardware in and install these on the truck. Thing I love about Vanquish links, and there's no mistaken upper and lower links with these things. The lower links are so beefy. These things are solid. All right, pivot hardware is all installed. One thing about this that's a little deceptive is that the front upper links are actually longer than the rear upper links. The lower links are all the same length all around. Also on the front links, you've got the offset pivot balls on one side on each link. So you've got two of these offset, that's where they go on the front links. For my driver. All right, there's all of our links on there. Getting real now. Hard part's pretty much over. Now we're getting into the just assembly of our principal components that we've already done. Okay, we have the front and we put shocks on. It's tedious in the beginning, doing bits and pieces here and there, but then when you start to assemble it all, it comes together so quick. And then all of a sudden you've got a chassis. So this is it, guys. We're making the big push. This is bag G. This is pretty much the final cage assembly. We got the scale details like the radiator here and the fans. We have our interior and our driver. But this is where we're going to see the final product come together. So let's make the big push. Let's get it done. Just like that. So first thing, we got our little bump stops. We got our scale bump stops. Are going to go in the front. This is all coarse thread hardware going in here. This should move pretty quick. Also got our panel latches here. It's one side. Let's switch, we'll do the same thing to the other. Right, there's our cage. Our bumper. So we do bolt this up to one side at a time. It has the driver's side going on first, so let's do that. So it looks like we're going to start building out the roof. So this piece goes on our right in there. Probably jumping the gun here, but it's all going to come together the same. All right, what are we doing now? Looks like we're going to the rear. I'm going to do some accessories. We've got to build our power tank. Power tank, and on that piece there. Now this is going to go, I see, start putting it together like this. This goes on the rear, this piece here. So we've got a 25 millimeter. It's the longest that one. Top at each side. Oh boy, here we go. We're getting there. There's our fuel cell right there. Our fuel cell in the back there. We got our filler cap. It's all set. Very cool. All right, now we're going to sandwich this thing together. Boy, look at that. We got a cage right there. Making huge progress now. Now I'm going to do the radiator fans and the radiator. Alright, radiator, flip it around, do the bumper. Oh boy, we were getting there. Now we're going to do the interior. I see the chair holds him in. Holds them together rather, just like that. Oh boy, look at that, it's coming together so quick now. Looks like the steering wheel just sits on there. The man's got a grip. It's our interior. Drop him in underneath. Alright, he's in there solid. Now we're going to drop it onto the chassis. Alright, here we go. Big push to the finish. Just got my electronics all situated. Got the Secure system up and running. Bound up to my Radio Master MT12. Just made sure all my channels and everything were working. Steering was straight, so that's all good. So that's all mounted. Now we're going to put the cage on. Okay, boy, we are almost there. Okay. Oh, we're so close, so close. I got about an hour of daylight left. I think we're going to be able to run it. So we've got a few different positions for shocks. We've got 3 different ones here. I'm going to put it right in the middle for now. Now we're putting panels on together here. Oh, this is so rad. Right, battery's charging. Might get a little background noise because of that. That's fine. What we're going to do, set up our side panels here. It's one of the cool things about the Optic. Your side panels double as your battery tray. Right, there's one. So we got our posts. They're going to go in from underneath, just like that. Now our pins to hold them. All right, look at that. That is the end of the build. I got tires and wheels I'm going to go throw on here. I'll show you those right now. Battery's getting charged. We'll throw the graphics on it, and then we'll be done. We're going to go hit the rocks. Check it out, guys. Here are my wheels and tires. Look how sticky these things are. These are the Vanquish Yokohama Geolander MTs, the big 4.75s, mounted on the KMC Bully wheels in the bronze. I also got the Vanquish dual stage foam setup in here, so we got nice sidewall rigidity. Let's throw these on, see how it looks. Oh man, I dig these wheels. It's like a satin bronze in here, super sharp. I had to pick what I felt like was kind of a neutral color because I didn't know what I was going to get in the kit. I think the bronze will go good with the green. You guys have to let me know in the comments down below what do you think of the combo, but we'll see it when it's all stickered up. I had some major wrinkling issues with these from the H10 RTR. These are the same tires that come on it from the factory in the RTR form. Hopefully these inserts, maybe different wheels will help, but boy, I had some of those things folding up like crazy, especially on the rear. We'll see. There she is, just like that. We built it. Super rad. I like it with those wheels on there. Man, that looks good, I think. We'll see how it does with the graphics on there. So I'm going to put the graphics on now. What I'm going to do is I take a little bit of soapy water and just kind of squirt it on there and then put the graphics on and squeegee it out. So that's what I'm going to do right now while that battery's finishing up, and then we'll go see how this thing looks outdoors. Alright guys, here we are all said and done. I got it all stickered up, got all the graphics and everything on it. Got a fresh 3S pack in it. We don't have much daylight, so we're just going to do some quick runs. I'll give you guys a few minutes of trail footage here. Also really anxious to try out that new motor setup. Very cool, you can see it in there spinning. Feels nice and smooth. Alright, we'll go find somewhere to... Oh, it's jumpy, jumpy. Let's go try this thing out. Those red compound tires are gonna be so sticky. I'm gonna be picking up the dirt this whole way around. Axel has already said this is his truck, so this might be one of my only times to drive it. He's ready to take it as soon as I'm done with the video. Really happy with how it looks. Super cool with the green and the graphics. Not sure about the bronze wheels after seeing it with the stickers and everything on it. Again, guys, you gotta let me know your thoughts. That motor feels really good. I haven't done any tuning to it or anything. It's got wireless tuning capability. I'll explore that later, but really just wanted to get out and do a shakedown run for you guys. Not a lot of places to really test this thing out, which is a bummer. I was really hoping to get out to crawler heaven with it. I have to wait till next weekend, but I'm super stoked I got it completed enough to drive it. Kit builds are so much fun. It's so rewarding when you finally get to drive the truck after all the work you've done, knowing that you did pretty much everything, putting in all the screws, all the components, putting it all together, and then seeing it kind of manifest along the way into something that you can drive and have fun with. Super fun. So I'm a big fan of the kit builds here. And the Vanquish kit, this thing went together so good. It was actually a really kind of painless process. Some parts were tedious, but only because it's just the nature of the construction. But overall, everything fit so well, was very intuitive to put together, working seamlessly. Oh, I like it. All right, my friends, I'm gonna hit a couple more lines here, probably just go over this rock pile, and then I'm gonna hand this over to Axel so he can drive it while we still got some daylight. Loving the new optic. I love my other one, but man, this one, super cool. I'm digging the power plant that we put in here. I love the green and the new livery. The whole thing came together super nice. Oh, so smooth, look at that. Fun way to spend the Sunday. My only regret is that I don't have much daylight. The days are too short this time of year, but we'll get out here, have some more fun with this when I got more time. I'll get it over to crawler heaven for you guys, so we can really see what this thing can do out there. Maybe next weekend, hopefully. Alright, I like it. Alright, I'm gonna hand it over to my man Axel. See how much he likes it. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me during the H10 build. Had a lot of fun putting this kit together, and the finished product is great. This is such a fun rig, and it's great now that you can get this in a builder's kit, significantly less cost than the RTR, and you're able to put your own spin on it. The H10 Builder's Kit goes for $389. I'll put the link in the description down below and where you can order one of these up for yourself. And guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the Builder's Kit here? If you order one, let me know in the comments what color you get. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did the build. I'm looking forward to taking this thing out on the rocks to really do a proper shakedown run. And I'll make sure to take you guys along for that too. And as always, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you in the next video.